students. I'm going to go over the encoder, the last part of the encoder exam. I know there was a few questions. Some of you just didn't complete it, so let's see how this works. So we have a 2-year-old child with severe cough, was admitted to the hospital, and then we just get into loss of appetite. They have a cough. Um, with addition to the cough, they have shortness of breath. Chest X-ray did show an acute pneumonia. And then the sputum cultures came back and it showed B pertussis. The patient was started on IV antibiotics. The fever dropped on the 5th day. They did do a repeat chest x-ray and the cough partially cleared. So he was diagnosed on the 8th day to be cared for at home and followed as an outpatient. So let's just kind of look here. These are my answers. A couple of different things here I do want to talk about. And I will put these all in a group for you. So the principal diagnosis is going to be pneumonia, and then you're going to have the pneumonia with the pertussis. Procedure code. Okay, with this, it is going to be the IV antibiotics, but a lot of times you won't have to code this because the charge master in the hospital is going to catch that because it really is pretty much non-invasive. So if you didn't put a procedure code, I was okay with that. MSDRG 195. The MDC 004. So we have the MSDRG price difference is going to be about 112.74. And now I'm going to go into just show you how to switch these around, how we can know the price difference. Okay, so we have our screen here. I put age 2. We have 8 days. I didn't really care when you did the 8 days, but just length of stay, 8 days. Child went home. Trying to make this a little bit bigger here yet. A couple of different things. You can put the admitting diagnosis on. It's not going to make difference on the payment. So it's either or. It doesn't really matter what you decide to do. So the first thing we want to do is go ahead and put in that principal diagnosis, which is the J18.9. Okay, so that is my pneumonia. Just here it kind of tells you we don't have any influenza to code first. So now we're going to go ahead and put in that pertussis code, which is A3701. Some of you had like A3791, 81, but we can get a little bit more specific on that. Okay. Like I said, you don't really need to add the procedure because you're going to come up with the same DRG 195. We have the MDC right here is 004. And there is our payment. I'm going to pull that back up. 3453. The difference in price of so how much. So I didn't penalize anybody because, to be honest, if I was coding, I probably wouldn't code that out. One thing with advanced coding, you're going to notice in the problems that you're doing now, it's non-invasive. They did a puncture, but really, if you think about it, they didn't do an incision. So if I have this here and I just right click onto that, it gives me different options. You're going to want the POA, all that good stuff. But let's go, we could go DR options this way. What you want to do, select a new principal diagnosis. So if I select that, it gives me how much. Okay, so it shows you the difference by putting the whooping cough first versus that. So one thing to remember is that you're going to code what they came in for. After it was chest x-ray, it was pneumonia. Okay? You further describe that pneumonia by the whooping cough, the pertussis. So that's secondary. So yes, you would make more money by putting the whooping cough first, but you're going to go with the pneumonia. So anyway, if anybody has any questions on that, hopefully this video helped, but please reach out.